Hello and welcome to Board Stupid. My name's Wayne.
And I'm Matt.
And we are here to talk about one of our favourite events of the gaming year. The first one of the year, Matt.
Yes, the first one that's going to open the all the other events.
The event schedule, it's a big one too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the third largest board game convention in the world.
In the world.
We're talking about number 3. And luckily for us, it's in the UK.
It's on our little island, mate. And it is UK Games Expo. Now, 2024, and we are so excited about it. We love this event. You will see somewhere up here a link to find some of the stuff that we've done for. Maybe up here, I can't remember. Wherever it comes from, it's up there. You see all the interviews that we've done from last year's UKGE, and we're very excited to bring you content from this year. But before we
and we're gonna do bigger, better,
even bigger, even better, even better production. We get better every single time.
Yeah. We'll try to cover as much as we can. We're not going to be able to see everything because it's
sadly not. It's pretty freaking big.
But our idea is to try to bring you guys all the best things that we found there, and we'll try to do videos directly from on site. And so if you don't follow us on the Instagram page, please check Board Stupid UK in the Instagram. And saying that, if you hit the subscribe button, you'll find out all the videos when they come out, and we'll try to bake them directly on site and get them
at
fresh.
The very least. There'll be at least 1 or 2 every day. And please hit that big red button to keep updated of all the hottest, freshest news from UK Games Expo as we get it. And if that wasn't hot enough, Matt?
No, if you want to do some shopping, why don't you check the Into the AM link in the description, or using the Board Stupid code on the checkout for a 10% on top of a 10% discount on top of whatever other discounts you already can find on the website. Get some very nice geeky shirts,
nice graphic tees, some lovely casual wear as well. Some of the best casual wear.
So if you're
really good.
If you're looking like, what's your outfit for UKG? Well, go into
hit that link, buy some stuff, and come wearing your fancy clothes and come find us.
All right. I would say let's talk a little bit about what UKG is.
Okay, let's go find out.
Okay, we already say UKG is the third largest board gaming event in the world, and it's already quite a lot, so well done to the guys.
Yeah, that's amazing, really, isn't it? Yeah.
It's in the UK. In this case, it's in Birmingham. It's kind of like Midlands, or
Midlands. Yeah, about halfway up.
And it's gonna run at the beginning of June of 2024. So if you see this in the future, you missed it. If you're seeing it now, you know it.
Yeah, you know it.
Tickets are still available, I believe. So, and tell me a little bit more about how many people do they normally go to something like this?
So last year's UK Games Expo, I think, was the biggest one that they've had ever. They expect this one to be even bigger, Matt. It had something in the way of 52,000 people. That is maddeningly large. I mean, third in the world is pretty big, because that's behind Essenspiel, which is the biggest. And then Gen Con, which is in America, which is slightly bigger than the United Kingdom.
Everything is bigger.
Everything's bigger, So to me, number 3 is
it's a lot.
Staggering.
It's a lot.
52,000 visits is incredible. And this one's going to be even bigger than that. UK Games Expo has been going since 2007. So they've been building it up. And apparently when it first started, it was basically in a hotel lobby.
But that's great. That's great. It's one of those things that grown up basically from nothing. Probably, I would say probably someone from the organizer, where board game
so I
lovers like us, and they started like that. So bravo.
Well, and now it's at the NEC, which is one of our biggest convention centres, and it has 4 halls. I mean, and these halls are big. Yeah,
I can tell you, because I was there for work just last week, because I do this kind of job as well, working at expos and it's huge. The NEC is huge. So knowing that it's going to be 4 out of 5 of the halls, is a lot.
It's a lot, absolutely. So there is a ton of stuff that happens at UK Games Expo. There are going to be over 570 exhibitors this year, Matt.
Lord, that's why it's over 3 days, but
yeah,
we're gonna miss something. If we miss something, please.
Sorry, but it's a lot of you.
We'll try to walk as fast as we can and try, but with we'll try to do all the interviews and stuff. So it's going to be a tough job, but yeah,
someone's got to do it, and we're there to do it. As well as that, UK Games Expo is unique compared to something like Spiel because it has over 2,000 individual seats and. Just for gaming, just so if you want to sit down and play, they've got an entire hall dedicated, which is totally full of gaming tables.
Yeah, that is a lot.
Full of gaming tables.
If you guys know, if you've been a Spiel, so you know that each one of the publisher will have like small, like a few tables for each publisher, or there's
always rammed.
Yeah,
They're
and it's always
busy.
like very difficult to actually find a space to play a game. The fact that the guys for the UKGE arranged this as this is what you get. You got a minimum of this. It's a lot.
Amazing, yeah. So you can go and do a bunch of shopping, buy a bunch of games, and then that very same day go to the gaming hall and play them.
And am I right to say there is one of the biggest buy and sell second-hand games?
The biggest in the world.
In the world.
The biggest in the world. It's the biggest bring and buy. So for second-hand gaming, if you want to go and get yourself a bargain, like get some used games, that's the event to go to. If you've got some games clogging up your collection that you think someone else could probably enjoy this, not me, take them to UKGE and maybe make yourself some money to go buy some new games, exactly, to clog up your collection with.
So that's already that's something that I really like. Giving life to an old game or giving a second life, I find it very nice.
Yeah, which is really tremendous. So that's a whole heap about UK Games Expo and what to expect when you get there. So it's a tremendous event, like you say, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
If you can make the whole weekend, I would recommend it because there is so much to play, so much to see, so much to do. But even if not,
and
do one day.
And again, we'll leave the link in the description. So if you didn't know about it, go. It's definitely worth it. If you're in the UK, even if you're just for one day and you can't make the entire weekend, it's still worth it to see some of the new things coming up, try new games, buy new games, or just meet the people in the industry, or maybe meet us, I guess.
Absolutely, we are going to be there, and we would love it if you did come along and say hello. We are hoping to have some fancy hats and or shirts, so you'll find us via our logo or our smiling faces, and we would love to say hello to you. But even if you go and you ignore us entirely, you're thinking, well, what the hell do I even see at a place which has 570 exhibitors and 52,000 people? Matt and Wayne, tell me, what should I go and see? And we're here to tell
give you 5 of these games. So it's games that we are hyped to try, and so we're gonna talk to you about it. So maybe you don't know them, or maybe you know them but you're not really sure. Let's see what hyped us for UKGE.
Let's go see. So Matt, we're going to start with one that I think everyone knows about, and then we'll dig into some of the stuff that might be a little bit less on the radar. But what's the one that, if you've got one game to go and see, what would you recommend?
Well, it's going to be Arcs.
It's got to be Arcs.
You know that Root, if you watch the top 10 of all time, you know that me and Wayne love Root.
We love Root.
But for both of us, it's the #1 game of all time.
Love Root.
And so Arcs it's not a successor, it's the new game from the same publisher, from the same designer, from Leather Games.
Yeah.
So we were hoping to already have the game.
It's on the way. So
but it's been pushed back for like for a few months.
Yeah, it's a couple of months, so a few weeks delay, but I can take it. It hurts, but I can take it.
But UKGE is going to be the first time where we actually can play the game. Because so far it's been on Kickstarter, there's been...
Or Tabletopia or whatever.
Yeah, but not the actual game. And then we can't really wait to sit with the guys.
And see the physical product and actually play it. So there'll be some volunteers there. I've already reached out to Leather Games. The team can't be there this year, but they do have sad. But there is going to be a stand there with some volunteers demonstrating physical, actual copies of Arcs. And I could not be more excited about this game. It's like my #1 most anticipated game for this year. I'm so excited about it.
The few that don't know about ARX, can you give me a 30-second description of the game?
Absolutely. It is a epic space opera style game, so think of something like Twilight Imperium or something like that, but done in a very interesting, unique way that only ladder games can do. It's going to be either a run and done, you'll play the game, or you'll play it in a 3-stage mini campaign.
Yes.
A arc, if you like, to go from like a beginning, a middle, and an end. And it does this sort of amazing space opera adventure through the medium of trick-taking, if you can believe that. So using trick-taking.
I can't wait to play. I need to see it and to touch it, because I still, in my head, they don't match, but I'm sure that the guys did an amazing job.
They absolutely did. I'm very, very sure of that. And if anyone has played Brian Boru, it, I think is partially either borrows or was inspired or was developed in parallel with. And so that uses trick-taking in an interesting way to create a board game experience out of the cards. And we know it can be done with things like card drafting, like with things like Blood Rage. It's card drafting, really. So why can't it be done with trick-taking? And we cannot wait to see ARX.
Okay, let's go for #2. The second one we're really excited about is some sci-fi, of course, as we do.
We're staying in space. We've been in space with ARX, and there's no point coming down yet, only to go back to space.
Not yet.
So let's stay in space.
Not yet. So which one is on the list?
The next one on the list for us is a game called From the Moon.
Yes.
Couple of reasons why I specifically am very excited about this game, Matt, and it's by Johannes Golpi. I'm sorry, Johannes, if that's not how you pronounce your name. I cock up names all the time. I'm very sorry. But you're a wonderful designer because you did Orichalcum.
Yes, you are.
I absolutely loved Orichalcum. I think it's such a tremendous game. And if you liked Orichalcum, this is the same designer, so you should be excited. And the idea behind this is you are competing factions kind of semi-working together, but not really.
Yeah.
You're trying to contribute different parts to different ships that are going to do rescue missions to help the human race survive.
Yeah.
And while doing that, you also need to develop your own moon base to hold of all of your resources. And it's the faction that has contributed the most and is the most set up to help lead the human race survive in future will be the one that wins the game.
Yeah.
And I love this. It's got such cool little components.
It's it's got a lot of like
little
lunar rovers and
dudes
robots and stuff. It looks really nice. I'm really intrigued about these mechanics where you need to build your own base, but at the same time you need to contribute into a kind of like a cooperative side of the. So that's really interesting. The game was founded on Kickstarter last year, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
This year is going to be the first time that we can actually play the game. And I think it's going to be very much going to retail after that. I think it was pretty much a big success on Kickstarter. It's one of those that I didn't back at the time, but now I'm really interested to see.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're at UK Games Expo, you should definitely go check this out. If you liked Orichalcum or you like the idea of sci-fi games with a twist, with a lovely little production, then definitely go check out From the Moon. So, Matt, that's already 2 fantastic games to get excited about at UK Games Expo. And there is a third one that is part of this OG revival that we talked about before.
Yeah,
right?
If you watch the video on the new board game trends and positive trends, we talk about these revival board games where there's been kind of like a trend in the last few years to take some games from the 90s
or early 2000s or whatever.
2000, and just making like a new version of the same game with like added stuff for more
updated
content,
rules or more new production, all of that.
Yeah, exactly. And one of these games is Cyclades. The game, if I remember right, is it 2007 or something
2007, 2009, a couple here or there. Yeah.
So we got now the Legendary Edition. That means that you got more content, updated production, updated
more
rules.
gods, more map tiles, I think, a bit of everything else.
I did not play the original game because I think it's not very much easy to find, but it's one of those games that inspired other games that are great games like Blood Rage.
Yeah, very much like
Rising Sun, that kind of games. And this looks really interesting.
It looks amazing. So if you like area majority, area control style games, or dudes on a map type games, this is one of those ultimate games I think you need to go and check out. The production of this new version looks fantastic.
Yes.
So definitely go see that. It has some great auction bidding mechanisms. Sort of a fixed auction, which is very interesting, a little bit of set collection. And as with a lot of area control games, if you'd like to get a bit aggro and get up in people's faces, that's always good fun too. So this looks like it's going to be the ultimate version of what is already a legendary game by legendary designer Bruno Catala.
Yeah, and the theme is cool. I really liked all
Greek mythology is such a
you
cool
can
theme.
always,
I mean, you can never go wrong.
And one of the things that are really interesting me is the things like that the board that you're playing with is kind of modular.
Yes.
So every time you can change, because basically these are the islands in Greece, and there is just like 1,000 islands.
That's right.
And it's really cool how you can set up the board in different ways, so to have like different territories and different challenges every time.
Which is super interesting.
Yeah.
So if you've got other normal area majority games like Blood Rage or Rising Sun, it's a fixed map.
Yeah, exactly.
So this would be maybe something more like Inish, which has a generative map with different tiles. So
really interesting. Again, I think it's still on late pledge, so I think they're gonna keep up the late pledge after UKGE. So I'm gonna be really interested to sit down, play the game, and get a feel, and who knows?
Maybe spend some money.
Yeah. Okay, we mentioned the video where we discussed all the positive trends in board games lately, and of course the number one was the environmental awareness and all these very nice things that some of the publishers, we will hope more of them will do in the future, trying to use rewood and replastic and to make the board games more environmentally friendly.
Yeah.
One of them is CGE. That is coming out with a game that is not sci-fi, but almost. It's very much sci without the fire.
Without the fire, yeah, that's right.
And and it's SETI.
This is super exciting.
A little bit more about SETI.
Dude, I couldn't be more excited about this game. So SETI is an actual real-life thing that is going on, which is the search for extraterrestrial life.
Intelligence.
That's right, search for extraterrestrial intelligence. And SETI is, as you said, a CGE game that uses recycled components, which is amazing. Love that. So rewood, replastic, CGE have got a whole production thing about that. It's very interesting.
That's great.
And worth reading about. And it is a competitive Euro game where you're going to be developing technologies, launching probes into space, pointing your giant telescopes towards various areas of space to try and search for extraterrestrial intelligence. And the wonderful thing about this game is it's very much grounded in real science. Right?
Yeah, it's not sci-fi.
Yeah.
It's based on
things
real
that are actually happening.
Yes,
right.
Yeah.
You've got things like over 200 cards in this game where you're doing things like researching projects like the Large Hadron Collider, or the ISS, or looking for the Higgs boson, or various other things, or giant telescopes, and so it's such a tremendously exciting project. It's given me kind of a little bit of Terraforming Mars vibes with the card usage and developing like projects and stuff like that. But not because of the board.
Yeah, exactly. So there is this very unique things that they do in where they got like the board is basically the universe, and it's
this galaxy.
The galaxy, divided in
solar system, even though
solar system. I think it's solar system, and it's divided in four
layers,
layers that rotate on each other. So I think to mimic the movement of the planets,
right? Yeah.
It looked great.
It looks amazing. Legit.
CG every time it comes out with bangers, because that's the reality.
They've done great games the last 2 years. I mean, 2 years ago, I think they did Starship Captains. Then last year, the big hotness with Kutna Horror.
Yeah, Kutna Horror that went like boom.
Yeah, everyone loved that as a like a heavy Euro game.
Yeah.
This looks maybe somewhere in the middle weight-wise.
Yeah.
Between those two things, and it's such a cool theme. The artwork looks great. The design, production looks fantastic. It sounds cool as hell, man. I mean,
Yes,
I'm
so
super excited for this.
It's a Euro, but I'm excited about it.
There's no campaign, so Matt's a little bit sad.
No, but these things about being based on ground,
real
on
technology,
reality.
Yeah.
I love it,
Yeah.
and so we can't wait to have a look to SETI.
Yeah.
Search for extraterrestrial intelligence.
Yeah, let's search for it. So, Matt, we've done a few space games.
Yep.
We did a little bit of ancient Greece.
Yep.
Let's go back to a much more relaxing theme, right? There's also been a great trend, especially in the last 5 years, towards this sort of very natural world, naturalistic things like Cascades, absolutely beautiful games like that. Really wonderful stuff. And there was a great looking game by our friends at Sit Down Games, who did Maps of Mystera.
That we loved.
We check out this review. Underrated gem. Why isn't it rated as well?
Yes,
It's a fantastic game.
I'm gonna say it now. That was one of my favorite games at last Spiel.
Yeah.
It should have much more love from everybody here.
Yeah.
So definitely go and check the video, because the game is absolutely great.
It is really, really great. And so that's why we're very excited about the new game, which is that
Redwood.
Redwood. So what's it about?
Redwood. Let's start saying that Redwood is from last year. However, it's Kickstarter only. And this year, I think the guys are coming there to show the actual final product.
Final version for retail, maybe.
It's gonna go retail as well. So again, I know this game, because I saw the Kickstarter page last year, and so basically what it is, you're going around taking picture of wild animals.
Absolutely. You are a photographer in the beautiful American wilderness.
Yeah.
And it has this really, again, a beautiful kind of, not quite round, but a circular-ish, hexagonal-ish shaped board, where you have these great little standees of animals that are going to be set up around the board, and then you have your own figurine who will be wandering around the landscape. And then, very interestingly, Matt, it has like a field of view kind of token. To like replicate where you're pointing your camera.
Yeah, exactly. It looks really, really interesting, because I think, you need to move through the redwood and trying to pick up this or that animal. So it's going to be like, this have a little bit of set collection, I guess.
Yeah, a bit of set collection, a little bit of area movement as well.
And then, yes, you got basically the tiles that tells you like where you're pointing your camera.
And different ones for different types of lenses, I assume,
exactly.
as well.
So that is really, really interesting. The production looks amazing.
It looks fantastic,
I have to say. Probably not a theme that kind of like drugs me.
Doesn't sing to you, the theme, I guess.
However, looking at the production, looking at this kind of like mechanics of pointing your
the concept
camera
behind it as well.
It's really interesting, because it's quite different from other things. So and we're all about trying new mechanics.
Innovation is the thing in tabletop board gaming.
Absolutely,
it's what keeps us coming back for more every single year, and you see all these amazing new game designs. And this is bringing something new to the table that neither of us has seen before. And so that's why we're both super excited to go check out Redwood by Sit Down Games. Matt, they are some phenomenal games. And here's the thing, it's just the tip of the iceberg at UK Games Expo.
Yeah, we just touched the surface.
These are just five of there's amazing stuff all throughout the whole event.
And the best things of these events is always like, you go there, that I wanna play this, I wanna play that, I wanna buy this, I wanna buy that, and then when you walk next to a stand and say, oh, what's that? I never heard of it, and that could be one of your next favorite games.
Absolutely, and we've got some really great games to go and see. And even if you've gone through those five, you want something else, maybe you want to go and buy or pick up, we've got a couple of recommendations for you to go and check out. Firstly and foremostly, go check out Sand by De Vere Games.
Oh yes,
that was in one of our hype factors, our first time.
yeah, it's pretty link
there, go
there.
check that out.
Looks really interesting.
Incredible looking games. Mycelia, which is about fungus.
Yep.
Actually developed by one of our locals, I think, in Worthing.
Is it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great.
So there we go. So
hey, buddy.
Boardgaming Design, hello. Yeah, so do go check that out. Salt and Sea will be available as well. I think that's been in or out of print, or it's brand new.
Yeah, that is on my list to buy. To be honest,
so that'll be fun.
It's on my list to buy.
So go check that out as well. And then finally, we didn't add it in the 5 that we talked about just because it was on last month's Hype Factor.
Yes.
But that game is...
And it's Rebirth.
Rebirth by Reiner Knizia and Mighty Boards.
That's probably my #1 game at this moment.
Yeah.
Even because we don't know a lot about the game so far.
Other than it's Reiner Knizia and tile laying, and it's going to be great.
Yeah.
I mean, if it wasn't for the fact we just covered it, we might have put it in this one as well. But we're putting it here.
Yeah, otherwise, you go and check the hype video for April, and you'll see more information about the game there. So click on the video.
Go click on that.
After you click on the subscribe button.
Do that first.
You click on subscribe button, and then you go watch the Hype Factor video from for this month.
And then everyone's happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then if you want to make yourself happy, you can buy stuff.
Yeah.
Because we're in a consumerist world, and sometimes buying things is the only way to feel happy. So use our link in the description to buy yourself some stuff from Instantly AM and get a wonderful discount on top of any other discounts that you can find on the site. Anything else, Matt?
I think that's it.
That's it. We'll catch you again real soon.
Ciao.